botânicos.
Move along,
Carne de
stranger.
carnídeo.
We don't want any trouble.
Pera aí, meu. Tá pegando um negócio aqui?
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those. A geo what? Look, plants ain't my purview. You're better off asking after Adelaide. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Ela manda eu ir embora e depois manda eu ficar andando de boa, mas ela vai me salgar se eu fizer besteira.
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind. Well, look at you, buzzing around the aether with your very own ship. Rest of us gotta make do with the ground at our feet. No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a
Procura por
wide place.
pistas.
She could be anywhere. Appreciate it. Honest. I'll tell you what I can. Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already. Little ways ago, she was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the fuss was about.
Tá.
What is it?
Acampamentozinho bacana. Olha a estufa. Da hora.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
O que tu tá olhando aí, tia?
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots. It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life
Aqui,
has
né?
changed. The home in
Tá
which we spent our
atrapalhando.
lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject. Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? I can't say I blame you. Reed is positively soporific. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans? Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Manda pro canto, todo manda pro outro. Mas o tio é babaca lá mesmo.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Tiozinho é babaca mesmo lá. Dá uma olhada aqui. Quem sair daqui, tia? Saída por lá, não é mesmo? Né? E aqui? Aqui tem. Mapa. Aí tem que ir pra lá. Tá, filé. Vamos sair do acampamento aqui. Já peguei. Eita. Que isso aqui? O bicho tem um robôzão aqui mesmo.
I always wanted to poke around in here. Not a peep for me. Here we go! Not even a scratch.
Achei isso. Se eu hackear, ele faz o que, mano? Ele tirou coisinha lá, né? Eu nem vou gastar. Dá pra entrar por aqui. Tem um tiozinho que voa, meu.
Unexpected.
Watch out!
Performing certain for honor.
Everyone all right?
Drone de combate. Pegar tudinho. Cheira. Cientista. Aqui não é botão? Não, não é botão. Não dá pra abrir, né? Vai ter uma máquina aqui de venda. Vamos lá. Mais máquina de venda.
The control room should be off to the right.
Tá
I hope we're doing the
direita.
right thing. All together. Don't mess with us.
Passamos-lhe a vara no cara. Opa, aqui é grandinho, hein? Aí vai lá pra fora isso aqui. Dá uma explorada. Missão pesada. Recepcionista. Acessar arquivos, acessar arquivos. Vamos ver o que tem aqui em cima. Pô, mas é 8, né? Vamos ver aqui dá.
Gosh, that's clever.
Nada demais.
Nice.
Célula de energia. Pulinho aqui. E aqui embaixo. O que a gente tem? Ah, tem. Acho que a gente vai ter que vir pra cá depois. Vou lutear aqui. Não vou usar isso aqui. Maquete de nave espacial. vendo o objetivo.
Onyx performing.
Tá, vamos pra lá. Condição da usina. 22 de capacidade. Tá. Agora tem que ir pra lá.
3 switches. That'll be easy enough.
Tem que fazer o quê? Eita, menu do companheiro. Ah, o que ela usa, tá. Tá. Diário. Conserto de itens. 133. Não faça isso. Tem que hackear, né? Destrancar porta. Inserir senha. Tá. Segurança.
System up. Beginning security patrol.
A espada do Halo, mano.
Returning to normal protocols.
Essa de arma. E vamos nessa. Tem uma galerinha aqui.
Halt. Processing.
Look out!
Security.
Por que tu largou?
Investigating.
Pô, essa 12 não dá nada de bala. Menor. Acho que isso não era pra ter acontecido, né? Tá. Ah, a tiazinha morreu, mano. Destranca a porta, inserir senhas. Menor, vamos logo na ignorância.
Okay, keep him quiet.
Não, esse aqui não precisa de ignorância.
Here we go! Don't mess with us.
Caixinha aqui. Vamos pegar a caixinha.
No dissidents found.
Here we go!
Tá, filé. Só tem um pra ali. A gente já vai ver ele. Madura. Aqui, ó. Tiozinho arriado aqui. A gente tem que... Eita.
You're not real.
Olha que é grande. Primeiro aqui. Senha de Chester. Parceiro, já tô perdido aqui. Olha um calanguinho. Reparo. É o que? Sei lá o que é isso. É aqui, né?
There's two more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale?
Ah, foi um som triste.
You're not real. You're not real.
Não tem nada.
You're not real.
Vê se não tem coisa melhor. Isso aqui é 554, né? Deixa eu ver a menina aqui. Tá com 7, mano. Coloca uma máscarazinha nela.
You're not real.
Vamos lá.
Go away, Phantom.
É o tio que tá falando aqui.
real. You're not real.
Vou arrombar isso aqui não.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded. Hey, here we go! Don't mess with us.
Pronto, tá desligado o vapor.
Here we go! If we send the power to
Mais
Mr.
uma.
McDevitt, what happens to the veil? I'm ready for this. Nice one.
Tá. Só lutear a galera agora.
The last.
Pronto.
I'm not sure what the right is. All I know is the decision's final.
Vou tomar a porta aqui pra destravar aqui na frente. Acho que daqui eu já vi. Cadê a pistola? Eu tirei a pistola. Eu tirei a pistola, mano.
Once we do this, there's no going back. Excuse me, ma'am. Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. That sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow, she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred?
Filho, vamos bandar.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble
Ninja
on like
cara.
that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
É isso. Tá, tem que ir pra ali, né? Tem um caminho aqui ali. Tem que voltar lá no acampamento dos caras. Rapaz, um rolê brabo. Tinha um bichinho aqui, mesmo.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Aqui entra por aqui.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
Eu cortei a luz deles. Eu pensei que eu ia cortar da cidade, mano.
You killed my garden, destroyed my community, sentenced my flock to a lifetime of slavery in Edgewater for a power regulator. Well, shit, I wish it was personal. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management. You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together. Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
Tá.
I have got a means to cure the plague, and I will not share that cure until Reed leaves town. Those are my terms.
É, filho, o negócio tá tenso.